Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another long-awaited episode of the Takes from the Lakes podcast. I am your host, Nash. Unfortunately, not joined today by my co-host, James. He's busy with lots of important things, but we do have a very special guest returning for his third appearance. The man, the myth, the Sapboy, Coach Aaron is back.
Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is.
And on opening night in the NBA, no less.
Yeah, bro. It's terrible. Just want to say now, my parlay was completely sold. Shout out AR.
You know what I find crazy?
What?
You're more upset about the parlay than the fact that your Lake Show lost.
Oh no, we're gonna talk about it.
Oh, well, I know. Okay, so quickly, Aaron and I were talking before the podcast, and we came up with a great obscure stat of the day. So we're gonna do that really quickly. So I would just like to shout out Jackson Stegall, aka Frost. Last season in practice, and Frost move, he's a very quiet, reserved guy. But when he gets angry, at practice, his go-to move is to rip his shirt. And last season, because I'm the mastermind trash talker that I am, I can get in anybody's head. I made him rip 4 shirts over the course of the season, and he was hurt like half the season. So that was like,
yeah, literally.
So take from that what you will, dear listeners.
Shout out Jack.
Yeah, shout out Jay Frost. But yeah, let's get right into it. What were your thoughts on the first game, Aaron?
First of all, Denver fans, you own the Lakers. I will give y'all that.
Wow. Whoa.
I'm going to give y'all that because what I witnessed tonight was terrible. For one, you lose, you get swept in the playoffs, right? Then you spend money in the offseason. You acquire, we're not going to talk about all the acquirements, but you acquire 2 extra bigs, Christian Wood and Jackson Hayes. Why is AD playing the 5? I still don't understand. Now, the lineup for tonight I liked it because Prince played very well, played 30 minutes, 6 of 8, 4 6 from 3, looks amazing. But we all know, and I have no problem saying this, and if you think this is wild, fine. AD is a great defender, except on Jokic. He cannot guard Jokic. You can't guard him. It's that simple. It's just
the Lakers just get pieced by him.
It doesn't make sense why Darvin Ham, great coach, terrible substitutions tonight. Terrible. They had a lineup out there, it was Gabe Vincent, D'Lo, Reeves, Prince, and Rue. Who is guarding Yoke? You can't have that on the floor. Then you like Christian Wood played 15 minutes. Rue played 15 minutes. Like, I'm sorry, but Rue played well in the playoffs. Great all season. You have to play him. You didn't play him. It just wasn't. AD had 17 in the first half. Mm-hmm. He ends the game with 17.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the guy that you're saying is going to have the keys to the Lakers? No, that's not going to happen. D'Lo turns the ball over when we're trying to go down, trying to make a bounce past LeBron. Just dribble up the court.
Yeah. So how much of it do you think is just like opening day stuff? Like I said, especially the substitutions. Like he'll figure out what works, right?
Oh, yeah. I just think that you have to, as a coach, you have to go with what you know. You can't go with the things that you don't know. Mm-hmm. D'Lo having 7 assists is great and all. But like you're playing a team that you lost to in the playoffs. You know what works. You know you did get swept, so you didn't work. But I think personally, as a coach, you should you have to give different matchups. Braun sat on the bench a little bit too much for my liking. Now I get it. He's not supposed to play 30, 35, 45, 40 minutes. You know what I mean? He's not supposed to play, but you can't, especially on opening day when you're trying to make a statement. You gotta be better. It wasn't very good. We shot the ball terrible for the most part. Besides Prince, we shot 34% from three, which is very nice. But you take Prince shot made four threes. Davis with one, he took two. Darvin Ham, you coming out saying, "Oh, he needs to shoot 6 threes a game." You shouldn't have never said that. Braun 1 of 4. He's not been a 3-point shooter. Russell 2 of 5. Reeves 1 of 2. I don't know. Rue, I don't know. It just wasn't our night.
You know you're saying his name wrong, right?
What?
It's Rui.
Rue. It's just short. I'm not
saying whatever.
Rue.
Honestly, I think at this point they have far too much depth. They have more depth than they know what to do with, and they don't have enough guard depth. They have way too much forward depth. You
think so?
Okay, listen to this. Okay, in my opinion, right? I don't know what you saw in the offseason. I'm not hating on Taurean Prince. But the fact that Taurean Prince is even starting over Rui Hachimura, despite how well he played, is kind of ridiculous to me.
I'm right with you. I don't think that Prince should have gotten the start. I think Rui should have gotten the start tonight.
And the other thing is, if he's lighting it up from downtown, and that's what he brings to the table, that's the perfect bench role on a team that lacked shooting last year, right? I don't know. I just think your starting lineup, in my eyes, is Russell at the 1, Reeves at the 2, Braun at the 3, Rui at the 4, AD at the 5. Or AD at the 4, Christian Wood at the 5. I think you cut entirely Cam Reddish out of the lineup.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, obviously depth and if guys are getting tired, but the way I see it working, Gabe Vincent is your one guard off the bench, and your second guard off the bench, so to speak, is Braun. Just let Braun play guard when the other two guards aren't in. Right?
Yeah.
Jackson Hayes, I like the amount of playing time. I think they'll ramp up his playing time more.
Only played 7 minutes, no shots, 1 rebound, 1 foul.
It'll get ramped up. I wouldn't be worried about that. That's just kind of the player he is. Gabe Vincent, I like the amount that he played. I would switch Rui and Taurean Prince's role, and then take some of Rui's minutes and give them to Christian Wood, right? Balance it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Taurean...
I agree.
And then, in my opinion, you take Cam Reddish out of the lineup and you give Jalen Hood-Schifino a chance. At least to see, right?
Here's my thing. I think personally that Cam Reddish can be Taurean Prince, but a lot more athletic due to the fact of,
and way better in every way. But the problem is he isn't. The problem is he isn't
now. I don't think he is right now.
And he just hasn't shown the ability to develop himself, right? He was one of the most unguardable high school and college players ever, and people forget that. Ever. And people forget that, right? And the crazy thing, have you seen that interview where they ask all the NBA players who the hardest person to guard was? And Anthony Edwards said oh, it was definitely Cam. That Cam dropped 50 on him. That is very telling to his talent, right? But at a certain point, as a professional basketball player, your raw talent means far less than it does in high school and college.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I think the thing is for Cam is like you've been bouncing around the league a lot, and you have talent. I agree. Like he has talent. He's shown he can, but it's the opportunity. But
Hmm.
you a coach can you can get you can be given an opportunity. It's what you do with it.
Yeah. And
Think
so I think maybe I rephrase what I think about the Reddish situation, right? Maybe JHS is like a plug and play guy when you need him.
hmm
I think he's gonna be really good. I really like him.
Yeah, me too.
Um, but I think the Reddish thing, it's one of those situations where like at some point he's going to get hot. Regardless of whether it means he's actually developed, like at some point he's going to be playing at a level where he can contribute to that team in a very positive way. So I think they just need to hit that point correctly and
Yeah.
like utilize that, knowing that it won't be all the time.
hmm I think
Why do
what,
the Suns look so good?
bro, let me tell you something. The Suns are a dangerous team.
Hmm.
Back
Until the
to
bench comes in.
yeah, exactly, till the bench comes in. Now, with trying to get off of the Cam thing, I think that it's all about opportunity. I think he's going to be good going down the stretch. I honestly think the reason why they got so many forwards is because they're like, well, Braun's slowing down and we're trying to rest him. But it's like, dude, at the same time, yeah, I mean, 80s, they're going to say the 80s the face, but I think that uh,
Whatever team Braun is on is the face.
he's just the face. Braun played well tonight. He didn't shoot
Mm,
a lot of threes. He played downhill. But I think basically for the Lakers, it's just getting the lineup fixed. I
hmm.
think that we ran into a team who is not going to change their lineup and who they are. And they
Yeah.
they have their core guys, and you can't really do anything about that. I
Well,
think
and
it's
and that's the dangerous thing about the Nuggets, right? Like
facts.
the Nuggets are without a doubt not the most talented team. They do not have the best coaching or the best players. I mean, nothing against their coaching is good. Not saying it's. I just mean like it's quite literally like not the best.
Yeah, I believe that.
Um, and and yet they know exactly who they are. They're gonna do the same things,
hmm
and it's really hard to stop when you have a player like Jokic, right? So that's their advantage. Is they've already got everything figured out, whereas these other top contending teams, even including the Celtics, because I think Porzingis adds a layer that completely changes what they're about. Um, so I think all of these other contending teams need to figure themselves out. But I think the problem for the Nuggets is somebody will figure it out by the time the end of the season comes. And at that point, the
It's
Nuggets
over.
are just going to be outclassed. Yeah.
Well, here's my and we're gonna get to the East because I want to ask you a question about that. But one thing about Denver, they have, I mean, you're never gonna win. This is no shot, but you're never gonna beat them. You're never gonna beat the Nuggets when Contavious Caldwell Pope has 20.
Yeah.
21 from Murray, 29 from Yoke with a triple dub, Michael Porter Jr. 12, and then Gordon with 15. But off the bench, they had 22 points. So I feel like you have to take advantage of when they sub out, but they do a good job of leaving somebody on the floor. And that's
Yeah.
where I think the Lakers, we just ran into a team who has five guys that know what they're gonna do. They know what we're doing. We know that Murray's gonna get off and Yoke is gonna do what he does. And yeah, but getting to the East, I want to ask you this. When you brought up Boston, who do you have? Or let's just because it's simple. It's the
If
Celtics
it
and Bucks,
if
basically.
the question is what I think it is, my answer I don't think it's close.
Which team is more complete?
Mm. Well, that's a completely different question than which team is better.
No, it's not. Okay, which team is better and which team is complete are two different questions.
That's what
Which
I'm saying.
team? which team do you see as complete? And I think what people are, everything looks good. Everything
E-
looks good on the roster spots, right? It looks
ev-
good.
Everything feels comfortable with the Celtics. That's why they're, complete, right? They've made so many moves. Each move, every single move makes them like this much better, and it just builds, right?
Mhm.
And so yeah, they're the more complete team. They're a
Okay.
deeper team. They definitely could win the NBA finals. Who's the better team? The What will be the greatest duo of the 2020s decade
That's tough. But
is
okay.
going okay.
Okay.
Not only is it a talent thing, right? Because Giannis is one of the greatest players we've ever seen, but the way that he's going to fit with Dame is unbelievable. Because imagine, right? You're running a high pick and roll
Oh,
with Giannis. You've thought about it, right? I'm just going to illustrate it for our listeners here. If you have a high pick and roll with the second greatest deep shooter of all time handling the ball and the hardest roller and most dominant paint force the league has seen since Shaq rolling, what are you going to do to stop that? They could quite literally run the same set every play. And if somebody has the nerve to double or trip or like to try to contain both, then you kick it out to Chris Middleton for an open three.
Okay. So here's my thing. Who's the most complete team? It's Boston. It's just
It's
straight
Boston. Yeah, it's true.
Here's the thing that I have about the Bucks. Okay. And we run that scenario, right? It's going to be hard to guard them for a whole. It's going to be hard to guard them going down the stretch more than teams are thinking about because what
That's
you just said.
exactly because the
But here's
NBA is a
even
pick and
worse.
roll league at the end of the
Here's
day.
even worse. It is. It's a pick and roll league. And I'm going to say it straight off the rip. Everyone knows Dame is the second best shooter off the pick and roll the NBA has ever seen, first being Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Going down the stretch, okay, you have Dame who has the ball, okay, you have a rolling Giannis, you have Chris Middleton,
Yeah.
all right, that's three. You forgot about Brook Lopez.
Brook Lopez is tough.
Who is one of the best big men shooters in the league.
And Bobby Portis, who's
And you have Bobby
dog.
Portis. So this is the problem that teams are going to run into because once Giannis gets the ball, it's not like Giannis is a dummy with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
He's very
No.
unselfish. So it's going to be hard to guard them down the stretch. Now, the only problem that I see with the Bucks is going to be when I would say bench rotation and how they rotate is important. It's also about who's matched up with who. Now, when the Bucks play the Celtics, because that's what's going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, I will be very highly disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
The Celtics have a person who can not neutralize, but can affect one of their stars, which is Dame, and that is Drew. Drew is, if not number one, but he's in at least the top three in guarding Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
Making it very tough on him. I'm gonna just straight up. Drew is the best on-ball defender when it comes to guards in the league.
Yeah. Okay.
For right now. Because somebody's gonna come along and just he's getting old. It's just that simple. The Bucks can win it all though.
Yeah.
Off of that play alone.
And here's the thing that I think people are ignoring about the Bucks, right? You lose Drew Holiday, arguably the best defender in the NBA. Mm-hmm. You've got Marcus Smart, you've got the reigning defensive player of the year, Jaren Jackson Jr. But he's one of the best, Drew Holiday is. You lose him, and immediately concerns go to, okay, what about the defense, right? people forget that, like, in actuality, like, Giannis and Kawhi are maybe like the two best defenders in the league. Like,
Okay.
Giannis is an elite defender.
Yes, he is.
Guess who else is elite? Brooke Lopez.
He is. And guess who else is elite?
And Bobby Portis.
Yes.
And Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton is no scrub when it comes to defense.
And is Javon Carter still on that team?
You want me to fact check you?
No, I got it.
You sure? I would hope. Yes.
No, he's not. He's not. I didn't think he was, but
yeah.
But yeah, the defense should not suffer. And yeah, I just think like everybody's focused on like, oh, what if somebody shuts down Dame? But like they also forget that the Bucks were one of the favorites in the East with Giannis like doing everything. On offense, that is, right? Because Middleton has these streaks where he just can't play basketball. And Drew Holiday is a passable at best offensive point guard.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it was always Giannis. And it can still always be Giannis if Dame gets shut down. Like, there's no reason.
Here's my thing, though.
Against the Celtics.
How is Dame going to get shut down? I don't see it because...
No, I don't see it either. But if it does, like, that's people's concern. And if it does, even if it comes to reality, which it won't, it doesn't matter. They're still going to be amazing.
Yeah. I think that they just built a juggernaut. Quickly saying, bro, this man, Devin Booker. This man, Devin Booker, is crazy. Let me just tell y'all that. That man is on a mission. Now, God, bro, he's 3 of 3. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, you know who's better, though? Anthony Edwards.
No.
Yeah.
I just want to let y'all know that this man right here is tripping.
And bro, tell him what your new favorite pastime is.
Yo, my new favorite pastime, and I'm going to clip this and send this to the chat. My new favorite pastime is watching Mr. Mario Mullen and Nash Phillips go back and forth about basketball. Because I will tell you something. This man right here, Nash, doesn't have even a pinky.
Wow, you're quoting. No way.
You know, I mean, pinky amount of knowledge, bro. Here's the thing.
That's crazy.
For you basketball heads, y'all know who's better. It's not a debate. But
who me or Mullen? Or Anthony Edwards or Booker?
Anthony Edwards or Book. I'm sorry, buddy, you're not winning that Mullen debate.
Because I would bro, right now I am, bro. His back is with all due respect, I hope you heal soon, coach. But like he can't even like get in a defensive stance.
Hey, okay. Anyways, Devin Booker is the number one best shooting guard in the league. It's that simple. The Suns are still dangerous, and I want y'all to make sure that y'all watch the Suns this year. Now, the only thing I have to say is it really does depend how they finish the season and who they match up with.
It depends on guys like Bol. It depends on guys like Nurkic, and it depends on health.
It does. And it also depends on
like campaign,
but Grayson Allen too.
Yeah.
So it really depends. I want to see where they are defensively more.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna tell me probably the top 3 scorers right now, if you're gonna tell me that they're gonna play defense all season, I'm gonna be like, eh. But if they do, that's a solid thing. I think they have the intangibles things. I think their bread and butter is just gonna be, we're just gonna blow you guys out because we're gonna just score more points than y'all.
Yeah. The Warriors right now look pretty trash. They just look like old and tired. And it's the first game of the season.
I'm
We
going to tell you that they are. I don't think they're going. I think they'll make the playoffs. I think they're out in the first round though.
yeah.
Chris Paul does absolutely nothing for their offense.
Hmm.
Sorry, it was a bad idea. Looks
Yeah.
good, sounds good. Bad idea. Were you gonna put two six
It
foot
does.
guards?
It doesn't flow. Yeah.
Doesn't flow. It's not gonna flow. But I think this has a lot to do with the stunt growth of Jonathan Kaminga.
Yeah.
He's not
And
crazy.
have I talked to you about like how I think it's still, regardless of whether or not it works this season, it was still the correct trade?
You think it is the correct trade?
Oh, okay. Let me explain why, and then we're gonna have to switch over to a new meeting.
Mm.
After I do, but basically, I think that by trading away Jordan Poole, acquiring the draft cap. No, they didn't acquire draft capital. They gave away draft capital. What am I? But by trading away Jordan Poole, they acquire the talent in Chris Paul to at least try to make a run, a desperate run that was not going to happen if they just like kept everything the same. You revived the dynasty once. It's getting to the point where it's not going to happen again, right? Clay is nowhere near the player he once was.
Mm-hmm.
Curry is getting old. Even Andrew Wiggins is not as explosive as he used to be.
Okay.
Kevon Looney ain't it. Draymond Green is a shell of himself, despite still bringing a lot to an NBA team.
Hmm.
Chris Paul is in the same boat as those guys I just named, right? So what I see in the future for the Warriors is the ability to make a push now while they still can, and then in one fell swoop, as painful as it will be for the Northern California area, get rid of all of those pieces and build around Jonathan Kaminga.
You've lost your mind.
No, I haven't. I haven't because they can completely rebuild after they make this final push. And that's
I'm
why
gonna I'm
if they
I'm going
if they
to
if they still have Jordan Poole in that equation, then it puts you in limbo. The best teams are the ones that can completely rebuild and go back to being good.
here's my rebuttal back to you.
Okay.
I do think that I'm gonna try to sum this up quickly. I think that you don't trade anybody away. Curry's gonna retire as a Warrior. Clay is gonna retire as a Warrior, and Draymond is gonna retire as a Warrior.
Yes,
I
they
think what
will.
the problem that you have right now is that you should have traded for something better than just Chris Paul. It was a bad idea to get him in the first place. He's going to stunt the offense because you think that you don't have anything else. Like you don't have anything else. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, you're watching the Warriors go off, but I mean, they did a great job for when they had the time. I think Jordan Poole got the right system. You could have traded him somewhere else, though. Honestly,
Jordan
I
Jordan
thought he was
Poole's
going
gonna
to
be a
Miami.
dog.
I thought he was going to
Jordan,
go to Miami, and they
that's a
were going
good
to. I thought they were going to get
Jimmy.
Tyler Hero back. So
All right. So we were talking about Jordan Poole and
oh
where
yeah,
you thought he was going to go to Miami, but let's talk about that just really quickly. Do you see Jordan Poole turning into a top talent in Washington, where he's clearly been given the keys if the preseason is any indication? Sorry,
um,
Denny. Sorry, Denny Aftia.
uh, I think that he can be an all-star in. I'm gonna say 3. I'm gonna say 2 years.
Yeah.
But
He's
do I think he's going to be do I think he's a number one on a team? No.
no. They're gonna draft somebody eventually, though.
I don't. Yeah, they will. Or I mean,
Bilal.
I can
What
see
if
him.
Bilal's really good? Koulibaly?
Yeah, I mean, but I think that the Wizards are more looking to. I think you should trade some assets if I were the Wizards. You don't have anybody really tradable right now, but I feel like if you in the next 2 years, especially if Jordan Poole becomes an all-star, I
Trade
think
him.
that he's a good number 2. Maybe even honestly, probably a 3, to be honest. On a
They should
champion.
trade. They should trade Daniel Gafford.
They should trade Kuzma.
No. Ooh, how old is Kuzma?
I think he's like 27.
Bro, that's the one thing I think people ignore when they're like building these hypothetical trades and these hypothetical teams in their head. The timeline of everything is so important. Like,
Yes.
of maybe most important.
He's 28.
Yeah, he's old.
So that's why I'm saying you should trade him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's coming off of a 21
Wow.
21 a game, 7 rebounds per game, which is nuts. I didn't know he was
Mm-hmm.
rebounding like that.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting 44% from the field. So I don't see how he's not a tradable asset. Like I feel like you trade him to a
Hold on. Hear me out.
where?
Run Middleton at the 2.
Dude, he's not going there.
Okay. But that team would be gross.
They're not. He's not going to the Bucks.
No, he's not. I could
I
see
could
him
see him getting traded. You know where I could see him getting traded? The
Philly.
Kings. The Kings.
Ooh.
Get rid of Harrison
Okay.
Barnes.
Yeah.
That's an
Yeah.
old contract too.
Okay. Here's my question: why would the Wizards want Harrison Barnes? Like,
Well,
if I'm the Wizards trading Kyle Kuzma, I'm not doing it for Harrison Barnes.
I'm getting it for draft picks as well, though.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to take on that contract.
You have enough. You're not paying anybody crazy right now. So
Yeah.
I would trade it, especially if Kyle Kuzma wants to go play. But I feel like he just wants to stay in Washington.
Yeah. I
He's
don't
got.
think Kyle Kuzma really cares at all,
You
to
won a
be
championship.
honest.
He's fine. Like who cares?
Yeah.
But I think getting back to the Jordan Poole, I think he's a good number 2. I don't think he'll be like one of the top.
It'll be fun to see him as the number 1 this year, though.
It will. There's a pool party in DC. I'm going.
Yeah. That's kind of funny.
I'm going.
It wasn't okay. So a couple teams I want to hear your opinions on. I want to hear your opinion first on the Kings. What's their outlook for this season?
They didn't upgrade at all.
No.
They kind of just are going to stay stagnant. They're going to get ran over in the West.
Yeah.
They're not.
Do they make the playoffs?
They make the playoffs. They lose in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know who they're going to lose to?
What, the Lakers?
The Thunder.
Okay. Tell me more.
I think the Thunder can be and will be a top 6 team in the West.
I think Chet Holmgren is like mini Wembanyama.
I think so too.
He's like Wembanyama light.
Bro, I think that Chet is about to have a great season.
But Wemby.
Okay, but let me hop on. Let me say something about the Wemby thing. Wemby, this is gonna be crazy, but by the end of Wemby's career, say he plays 15 years, he will be the all-time leader in blocks. Mark my words. He will be the all-time leader in blocks.
He can get blocks that nobody else can get.
But he's gonna be all-time. It's not just
that's what I mean.
It's not just that. He has excellent defensive timing. His excellent rotation. He's that man, Wemby, that's where I could have seen Chris Paul going. That would have been great.
No.
Yes.
Timeline, bro. Timeline. Come on.
Why not?
Doesn't fit the timeline.
I feel like it would have. I think it would have been great if he went to the Spurs.
What? Okay. Do you think Wemby being like, if Wemby is as good as advertised, does he lead the Spurs to a playoff berth in his first year? I know my answer.
I must say no.
The answer is yes.
The answer
because
is I will
tell you. No. Okay, look, no. Hold on. You've got Trey Jones, who's like a decent. He's bad, obviously, but for a bad point guard, he does his job, right? He's a perfect starter to lead a young team. Devin Vassell, microwave.
Okay.
Keldon Johnson, grossly underrated.
Okay.
Jeremy Sohan, going to break out this year. Malachi Branham going to break out off the bench. And then, like, what am I going to say? Is he a top 5 center? Yeah, he is.
Who?
Wemby. Hold on. Let's play this game. We're not calling Porzingis a center. I'm okay if we call what's his name a center? AD. Embiid, Jokic, AD. Bam. Cat is not better than him. Rudy Gobert is definitely not better than him.
I don't even know why you said that name. Sabonis, what about him?
No. Great, but no.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm trying to think of who else. Like Jaren Jackson Jr.'s not.
Well, he's a 4. He's not a 5.
Yeah. Like.
Okay. That's Nash's one wild take of the day, everybody, ladies and
But
gentlemen.
okay. But regardless of how wild it is it really that far from the truth?
It is far from the truth. And that wild take was brought to you by DraftKings. There we go.
Am I going to get copyrighted because you said that?
Yeah, absolutely not. We're not that big yet. Here's my reason why the Spurs are not going to the playoffs. Just going to name it straight off the bat. Nuggets, Clippers, Suns, Kings, OKC, New Orleans,
Yeah.
Lakers.
Yeah.
Memphis, Minnesota.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
You sprinkle in the Mavs because they always seem to make it somehow. You have Portland.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't even talk about the Mavs, who have like the best guard in the league.
Yes, the best guard in the league.
Yeah, I would say the Mavs are there. Okay. Here's what I want from you. I want you to give me your Western Conference playoff picture, and then your 2 Western Conference semifinalists and who makes it out of the West.
All right. You got the Nuggets. This is in no order, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Nuggets, Lakers, Clippers, Suns. Those are a lock 4. Then you have Kings, OKC, New Orleans, Memphis.
And you're playing games?
Yes. Well, I need one more, right?
Hold on. All right, run it one more time.
So my lock 4, these are the top 4 teams: Nuggets, Lakers, Clippers, and Suns. There's your lock 4. Then you have Kings, OKC, New Orleans, and Mavs.
Mm-hmm.
That's your.
In my opinion, New Orleans and the Mavs are the 2 better teams out of that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think
the Mavs are too talented to not be.
They're just they.
And I think the Thunder are good, but they're nowhere close to how good they're going to be with all the draft capital that they have.
Yeah.
They're going to be crazy.
They're going to be so nasty.
They have a big 3 already. Big 4, actually.
You might say 5, bro.
No. Who's the 5th? 4.
Who's the 3?
Shea. Here's my 3. Okay. Shea, Giddey, Jalen Williams. And then you can say Chet, but like he hasn't played yet.
Okay, so there's your 4. Okay, so we'll go with 4. I think
Lou Dort does not count. No,
I think Lou Dort has to count. I think he's one of the best defenders in the league.
Just because he's strong, he's literally built like Jalen Gullett. Shout out Jalen Gullett, by the way.
Yo, that's a top 10 comparison by you. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's is it not facts?
It is facts.
So facts.
But but you have to. I don't know, bro. I mean, they got some. They're gonna be tough.
Yeah, they like okay, I think them being tough and them succeeding are like different things, if that makes
No,
sense
they're
to
gonna
you.
succeed.
Yeah,
They
no, I
all
know.
got things.
Like I think it all really to me it depends on the performance of Caption Boy, right? Like it hinges on that.
Okay.
I love how you just didn't acknowledge that I called him Caption Boy, even though that's like the best nickname ever.
That's the worst nickname I've heard in my life.
Do you not remember the caption?
I do.
I clean up nice, but it can still get messy. After the game winner, tough.
Okay, bro.
Um,
Anyways, back to the point. I'm going to say that OKC is going to take a step forward. I think they're going to be a top 6 in the West.
yeah.
I think you have to watch New Orleans. New Orleans is dangerous.
Everybody always says that, and I want to say it too. Don't get me wrong, I want to say it too.
It's just
And
one
then
guy. It's one
it's
guy.
literally, yeah, exactly.
It's
It's
one.
one guy who like, but at the same time, it feels like at some point he has to like do something.
Do you think he's a true number 1?
Yes, yes. I think when he's plays, he's top 10 in the league easily.
Okay. Okay. What do you think? Where is he at in his position, ranking wise?
Oh, he's
You're
behind
he's a
Giannis.
4. He's a 4. He's a 4.
He's a 4. He's behind Giannis. I'm not calling KD a 4. I refuse to do that. KD's a 3. KD's a 3 who just so happens to be the second tallest player on his team that starts.
Yeah.
He's a 3.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other 4s.
Let's see. There's a lot of in
J-
between guys.
Jimmy's not a
You
4.
got Jaren Jack. Where you put Jaren Jack ahead or behind?
Oh, it's not even close. It's Zion.
Okay. That's hard naming 4s right now.
I think Zion when he's okay. Obviously, I can't put Zion ahead of this man right now because Zion doesn't play. From what I have seen from Zion,
Okay.
when he plays,
Mm-hmm.
he is better than LeBron.
No.
Yes. He's game altering. He turned from what we saw after he got hurt was that the Pelicans were not a good team.
Yeah.
He completely made them a good team. And he didn't
No.
even have to score to do it. It's
No.
the little things.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yes.
say that Braun is head shoulders up is way better off rip. And he's
Okay,
right.
okay.
But no, that's part of the
Here's
game.
my counter. Here's my counter.
That's part of the game, though.
I don't know if you're right.
I am right.
Because Zion played almost like a Jokic role in terms of running that offense.
No.
He did yes, he did.
No.
He's a completely different player from Jokic in terms of how he gets his, but in terms of the way that he ran the offense, it was actually very similar. Go back and watch.
I don't think that he's on any tier level with LeBron. Sorry.
Okay, LeBron, I hate to break it to you, he's not who he wants. LeBron is the greatest basketball player ever. He's not who he once used to be. And I'm not trying to disrespect him. He's still a great player.
Okay.
But we give him, regardless of how great his longevity is, I'm not saying people should be disrespecting him because he's old, but we inflate his value because of his past greatness.
Whoa. I don't know. You can't really. I don't think you can really. I don't think you can base. I can't. You can't put Zion ahead of LeBron currently. I don't think that's possible.
Well, obviously not because Zion doesn't
But
play.
I think that at the end of the season, you can have maybe a kind of argument, but at the same time, if you take
If you can guarantee me that Zion is going to play the entire season, I'm taking Zion this season over LeBron. Sue me.
well, I feel like you're saying that one because of youth as well.
No, that's what I'm saying. This season.
This season.
But
again, I see what you're saying about the inflation, about like the age and stuff, but at the same time, LeBron is playing great, not because of his age. He's just playing great.
He's just good, yeah.
He's just really good. And I will say that he's more skilled than Zion will be and is. Because
Zion doesn't have to be skilled though.
But eventually you do. But we're talking about this season alone, so I'm not use that as an argument. But I will say that I think that if you're talking in terms of value, if you take LeBron off the Lakers, do they still make the playoffs? I think yes.
Okay.
I think yes. It's just because the team is just built better. But
okay, so what two teams are making it out of the West?
I'm gonna go Lakers. Dang, bro. I'm gonna go Lakers and Suns for the safe pick. My sleeper, I would say, is the Clippers.
Oh, without a doubt.
I think that's.
And I mean, okay, here's my sleeper. Is the Dallas Mavericks. I think if they can just figure some things out, right? Like,
okay.
Because the other thing to me is that if you put in the right system, the rest of the players don't need, even Kyrie, even though, like, obviously it's better with Kyrie because you can just default to Kyrie to go get you a bucket and like, you know, all of the players playing around them are NBA players. And with the right system, that's all they need to be is serviceable NBA players that play with Luka Doncic in order for them to be good. Because and that speaks not only to just like how good Luka is, but his play style.
Okay, my rebuttal. Do they have enough interior defense to go and deal with the West? Is my question.
Okay, so by deal with the West, you mean beat the Nuggets? Because
no,
I mean,
I don't mean just beat the Nuggets.
Who do you mean? Because the Suns are a perimeter team, obviously. The Warriors are a perimeter team.
Okay, those are two.
I guess, you know, the Pelicans and the Thunder are sleepers. Those are interior teams, right?
Those are interior teams.
The value of your Lakers, I feel like, is inflated.
Yeah, I think we're more of a paint team, to be honest.
That you are more of a paint team. I think yes.
You think so?
Because I think their perimeter defense is good. I think their depth is really good. Like, I think that they have 4 big men who are serviceable on defense. And not a lot of teams have that. Right? Okay. So obviously you're gonna get cooked. But you know, every team in the NBA, like, the NBA's best offensive stars cannot be stopped. They're going to cook. And so it's all about, like, I think limiting damage is the name of the game.
It is. You are correct.
And so, like, does a team really need to be good defensively?
Yes.
Or do they need to know how to limit damage?
No, you got to be good defensively. If you're not, the thing is...
The other thing is Luka slows the game down so much.
He does. Now, I'll give you that. But at the same time, the game is played two ways. And you have to be able to do... Like, for the Mavericks, you're right. The Mavericks need to be great on offense, which they will be. because they have the best guard in the game, and Luka. You got to be at least good, maybe even okay at defense. Do I think you can deal with that in the West? No, I don't think you have enough to stop what you have to stop.
You say in the West like the West is better than the East.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
Maybe this year.
Does the East have Wemby? No.
Does the East have a dude named Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Does the East have the Slim Reaper? No.
No, you're glazing.
Does the East have the best shooting guard?
Does the East does the West have the original unicorn?
Dang, you got me there.
But before Wemby, before the Slim Reaper, there was
what?
Kristaps.
And he's not going to be that man anymore.
He's buns, bro. He's low-key washed. Although he looked like he finally wanted to play. Okay, we got to switch subjects. I want your opinion on the 76ers. I'm not going to say anything. I want your opinion on the 76ers, and then I want your East playoff picture.
Okay, here's my thing about the 76ers, okay? You did not. I want y'all to win so bad.
That's such cap.
No, I do. I'm serious. But at this point, bro, you're just gonna get beat in the semis now.
Yeah.
Because you're just not catching up. You don't have. I love Joel. Yes, he's great. Y'all need to. I feel like what happened was, I think you guys had everything going right.
And then Harden had to.
And then Harden just came over.
But even before that, I think we had everything right before Ben Simmons lost his mind.
That, and then I think that Jimmy was good for y'all.
Yeah.
But
okay, we really picked Tobias Harris over him.
But this is that was the worst decision. But my thing is, Harden is just like you just don't know what you're gonna get, because okay, so for instance, on Twitter today came out that his mom is ill, so maybe that's why he's been missing practice. But you have a guy who wants to get out of Philly, right? But you can't ship him anywhere because nobody wants him. And then if you ship him to the Rockets, who are y'all getting back that's going to help y'all win a playoff game?
Okay. Here's my I'm the Sixers GM, right?
Are you shipping? Let me ask you, are you shipping Harden?
Yeah, because honestly, I don't care. Because he doesn't want to play for the Sixers, which means we're not going to succeed
with him on the court
any more with him on the court than we would without him. Yeah, right. And I think and I think the other primary objective is get Tobias Harris out as well.
Oh my God, y'all should have got rid of him.
Bro,
my thing is, what was the point? You should have paid Jimmy. I'm not trying to make it about that, but that decision right there
was bad.
Might have cost you a championship.
Bro, Wemby's debut is tomorrow. Oh my God.
I got my parlay already set for
him. But yeah, I think Embiid has plenty of time left in his career that we can afford to rebuild this year. I think Tyrese Maxey is going to be a star, if not a superstar, in the coming years.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have some pieces, right? Let's pull up the roster. Kelly Oubre is a plug-in. He's a temporary fix. Unfortunately, as much as I like him. Shout out Kansas Jayhawks.
Yeah.
He's a temporary fix. I think Paul Reed is a budding star.
Yeah, but what is he?
I think Turk Smith is going to be good.
But what is Kelly a fix for?
He's just a piece. He's just like somebody we have.
Now, would you start Kelly and trade Tobias if you had the chance?
Yes, definitely, and let Paul Reed play.
Okay, and
Because look, we're not. Are we gonna win this year, Aaron? If we could throw all our firepower at them, and Harden could want to play, and we're still not gonna win.
You're not. You're gonna lose by 20.
Unless Embiid could. I think people are ignoring the fact that we haven't seen Embiid play good in the playoffs. And if he does, there's not a team that the Sixers can't beat. Because he's more unguardable than Jokic.
Cool. Embiid?
Yeah. Whether or not he's
I
better, I'm not going to speak on that because I'm biased, right?
I
But
wouldn't say that he's more unguardable.
he is though. Okay, but anyway, I think we can afford to rebuild. Try to in a perfect world,
Trust the process.
we trade James Harden for Cam Whitmore and a first round pick.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Would they not do that?
No.
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
you're right. Yeah, you're right.
You want to know why? This Cam Whitmore is going to be tough.
God, he's so good.
Guess what? Look, to be
okay.
it's more about the money. You have to. They don't want that contract.
Okay, I would even be willing to say like a first round pick and the abuser for James Harden.
Well, he's not there.
Oh, that's right. God, I forgot. The weirdest trade in NBA history.
Yeah, facts.
I put that on this story. Like, what was that?
They just were like, "Hey guys, you want to do a trade real quick?" They're like, "Yeah, sure." They literally were like, "Do you guys?"
It was like,
they were
it was like some fantasy football type stuff.
Yeah,
where they took money for fun, bro. Like,
yeah. They're like, "Hey, do you guys want to have an opportunity to waive him?" Yeah, sure, we'll take it.
Bye, Kevin.
He did it to himself.
Facts. Don't hit people, guys.
I'm gonna talk to you about that off camera.
Mm-hmm. What, Kevin Porter Jr.? Like, you're gonna tell me not to hit people?
No, not that. I had a very big debate. A very big debate, I will say. And what I say is
so confused.
it's a big debate. It's not about the action. It's about because the action is you can't be excused of it. It's about what is the league going to do. And my point was this. Y'all can leave y'all thoughts. We're not gonna speak on it. I just want y'all to think about this. Would you look at the league because he's a free agent right now? Technically. Would you look at the league differently if they let him be reinstated and he's allowed to play? And a team signs him. Do you
wait, Kevin Porter Jr.?
Yes.
No, that's messed up, bro. You can't commit crimes.
Do you see him reinstated? Because the story goes this and that and this. Like, would you look at the league differently?
To be fair, though, they're letting Miles Bridges back, even though he was straight punching. Like,
yeah, but the thing is, do you look at the league differently if they allow that to happen?
And to me, it's an unfortunate reality of all professional sports leagues. They let these athletes do more or less whatever they want.
Yeah.
And regardless of the news that it gains, these guys will get away with it. Ezekiel Elliott, Ben Roethlisberger, Chris Olave won't see prison.
Oh yeah, he won't.
Alvin Kamara should have, didn't. Kareem Hunt, he got suspended actually. Deshaun Watson committed one of the most heinous crimes like you can think of. That that's despicable what he did.
And how
And
many games
they
did he get?
they were like, well, we're just not going to let you play for a little while. Huh?
So my biggest and
It's not even.
I want to know other people's opinions. Do you look at the league differently if they allow this kid, because he is a kid, he's like 26 years old. Do you look at the league differently if he's reinstated and allowed to play? Because I'm going to tell you guys this. Breaking news. You will probably see Kevin Porter Jr. play again in the NBA
Yeah,
in either soon or next year.
yeah. And like, here's my thoughts, right? Obviously, it's bad. Obviously, I disagree with it. And I think all the leagues should have a process for reinstating. Like there should be some like stuff you have to do in order to be reinstated. Regardless of how BS it may like end up being, like it still should exist.
Mm-hmm.
But my other thing is that like, no, I don't think people look at the league any differently for reinstating people because it's what every professional sports league has done since the dawn of time.
Mm.
Like it's just an unfortunate reality, but it's not like it's a change. It's how it goes.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. On a happier note, what is your Eastern Conference playoff picture?
The Bucks, Celtics, and then everybody else.
Yeah. Okay. Cleveland. Where do you have them?
Cleveland is going to be right under. I think they're going to end up in the same position next as they were last year. I think they will play the Knicks again, and I think that the Knicks will somehow win again. And I really do like that Knicks squad, but like they just don't have. There's nobody. I mean, Philly's in there too. With or without Harden.
So I think Cleveland is the number 3 seed.
Yes.
And then I think Miami is the number 4 seed.
No.
Mm.
I think Miami is about to fall off again.
Okay, where do we put Atlanta?
I don't even know, man. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I don't see anything great with Atlanta either. I think Trae Young. I think there's two.
I think they're just very forgotten. Like they could be dangerous.
They could, but this Jadante Murray over there with him it looks good because Jadante Murray can take the number one point guard and defend them, but at the same time,
Trae just sucks at defense.
Yeah, it's just Trae is terrible. Terrible. You tell me every number 2, like you tell me all the guards in the East and tell me which one Trae is stopping. He can't check Brunson. He can't check Garland.
Bro, he can't check like a below average NBA guard.
He can't. So you can only that's what again, like we were talking about the Mavs. You can play great offense, but you have to play at least okay defense.
Yeah.
And he doesn't play even okay defense. He's terrible defensively.
Here are my 2 sleepers, right? I'll say Philly's probably the 4 seed.
Yeah,
maybe.
I will.
And then maybe New York. And then maybe the Heat.
Okay.
There's a lot of like decent teams. The Raptors could make noise. Okay, here are my sleeper teams. The Raptors could make noise, some serious noise. Scotty Barnes, Pascal, Grady Dick. The Magic.
The Magic is a good one. I like the Magic.
The Magic are young and deep. They could make noise. And the Hornets. Oh, although I think Brandon Miller was the wrong pick, he's still a good player. And they can make noise, right? So I think
okay. I don't see him as being the wrong pick. Who you think they should have gotten?
Scoot.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they needed a wing.
Trade Terry Rozier.
Scary Terry? Nah, bro.
Yeah. What?
We had this conversation, remember? We had this conversation. I told you who the pick was. And I told you who it was going to be. And who was it? Brandon Miller. Told you.
Hey,
I just cooked him in my career.
just because you knew who it was gonna be doesn't mean it was the right call. But yeah, I mean the East is kind of wide open at the back end. Like
Pause.
no, but they are. Like there's the top teams, and then there's a lot of like I mean, we're forgetting about the Pacers. We're forgetting about the Bulls. We're forgetting about the the only team who I think really has like no chance is is the Wizards. But
What
like
about
other than that, like here are teams I think could make noise.
you think the
Okay, the
Pistons?
Nets. No, the Nets are not going to make noise. Sorry.
I forgot about the Nets. The Nets are going to
No.
be in the playoffs too.
No.
Bro, come on, bro. Stop. Stop.
No. Mikal Bridges is really good, but the reason they made the playoffs last year is from Kevin Durant and them.
Yeah,
So
you're not wrong.
so don't say that.
No, that
Regardless
team is
of
good though.
Mikal Bridges, we're okay. Of the 15 teams, the two teams that cannot won't make noise are the Nets and the Wizards. Other than that,
What about the
obviously Celtics Bucks. Now we're kind of running out of time, but the Pistons can make noise. The Pacers can definitely make noise. The
Pacers are
Heat
nice.
can make noise. The Knicks can make noise. The Sixers can make noise. The Raptors can make noise. The Hornets can make noise. The Bulls most certainly can make noise. And even the Hawks can make noise. Cavaliers could make noise, right? So
All good, but guess what?
what?
Noise gets canceled out. Bucks and Celtics.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters who does
Really,
make that noise.
we're just trying to figure out who each one of
Who?
them is just gonna beat up on the way to the.
Yeah.
Now, who do you have?
Okay.
Well, I will tell you who I have
No,
coming
we
out.
already talked about it. It's the Bucks.
No,
Celtics.
yeah,
All right.
I
We've
think they.
got a minute. Tell me who your award predictions are.
MVP this year. Unfortunately, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. No, I'm gonna go Embiid. I think Embiid gets it again.
Yeah.
Rookie of the year, I have Chet been saying that. Um, that's really it for me, to be
Mm.
honest. I'm not gonna get in.
I think it'll be Embiid again because the rest of the team is so bad. Rookie of the year, I think Wemby will have the best season, but I think he's going to get hurt and not meet the number of games. Not badly, but he's gonna miss time. So yeah, I think Scoot will end up getting the rookie of the year, despite not having the best season, quote unquote.
Okay.
Sixth man.
Oh,
Mm,
I got somebody. Okay, now
okay.
I'm good. I'm good. I
Okay.
got six man of the year. Dang. I'm gonna
That's
say
hard
bias reasons. It really just depends on people's lineups. I would have to see more people's lineups. I'm
for
gonna
sure.
say I got a couple of guys I want to throw in there that could possibly get it. I think Grayson Allen has a chance to get it.
Hmm.
Because
I
he's
hate
in
Grayson Allen, but yeah.
you hate Grayson Allen. Yeah, I could tell why. I think you could throw in dang.
Kelly Oubre for me is in the conversation because I don't think he'll start.
Um I would have to see what the Thunder come with on their lineup because
Pause.
they're pause, my bad. It would have to I would have to see what they got because it really depends on where they play Chet. and I think you have to start him. So who goes to the bench? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um. Uh. I'm gonna go, but I think I'm gonna go Grayson Allen as a sleeper pick, like somebody's not really thinking of. But
Mhm.
honestly, to be real with you, probably Bobby Portis is gonna get it again. Well, he's going.
Yeah.
I think Bobby Portis can get it. Um,
Yeah. I'm gonna say. Wait, hold on. Now this is intriguing and fun. I'm gonna say my sixth man of the year is gonna be Asar Thompson. Asar Thompson or Benedict Mathurin. Those are my two picks for. I'll say Benedict Mathurin and then Asar Thompson just because he's so good and yet he won't start. Um, because Jaden
hate
Ivey.
that, bro. I hate that for him.
You don't like that?
No, I think he should start. I think he translates
Okay,
to.
yeah, but he's not going to start.
He's not going
Unf-
to, but I feel like he translates to
So
win.
so I think he could be sixth man of the year just because he's amazing, and I think Benedict Mathurin could be because he scores so much. And then my defensive player of the year is going to be Amen Thompson because I think he's crazy.
I'm gonna go with defensive player of the year. I'm gonna go safe bet. Safe bet. I'm gonna go Giannis. Safe bet. Um, Sleeper, but I don't really think it's a sleeper. I'm gonna go Wemby.
Good call.
He stays healthy. I really think that he's gonna lead the league in blocks.
Yeah,
No.
and that's kind of all you need to win defensive player of the year.
Well, I mean, you gotta have like rebounds and then all these other things, but I think that he is going to, like, everybody else is gonna average like 2.1, 3.1. Wemby's gonna be averaging like 4.5 a game.
Yeah, yeah,
So those are my sleepers. But a sleeper six man, if he is played enough, hometown Cam Thomas.
shout him out. Oh, facts.
Think
Shout
if
out
they
Oscar.
play,
Shout out the Oscar Smith product.
yeah. I think if they play him enough, he could possibly get it. And if he
Yeah,
did get it, I think that puts him he's already on the map as a good scorer in the league, but that would put him right there. And a lot of teams would actually want him. And then Brooklyn would actually have to use him because I don't see him starting.
yeah.
So
Um,
that's my sleeper.
yeah. All right. I think that just about wraps it up. It's been a great talk, a great time having you on for a third time,
Third time,
Mr.
repeat,
Sapboy. Feel
repeat.
free to feel free to make any shout outs you like. Drop your social medias or anything else. Um,
Um,
anybody else you'd like to shout out?
I'm gonna
Perhaps
I'm gonna shout
special
out.
people.
I'm gonna shout out my guy James. Hope you know what you doing. You got stuff to do.
Hey,
Um,
he's a busy man.
he's a busy man with busy plans. Ocean Lakes basketball. I'm gonna shout y'all out, bro, because a lot of y'all gonna see this. Look, it's Coach Aaron. This man right here. No, I'm not playing. I don't play no games. So I be ready. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all, I mean, Nash is a hometown hero. Everybody knows Nash. So, um,
Am I about to hoop this year? Low key. I've been feeling kind of tough.
hey, if y'all come to games, man, you'll see Nash. That's what I'll tell you. You'll see Nash. Not next to me. He won't be next to me because Nash doesn't sit next to me.
But
But
they'll see me on the court.
you'll see Nash on the court, especially for warm-ups. But
All right, bro. Come on. I need some reassurance.
I need some wins. You'll see Nash. You'll see Nash for sure. Shout out reasons why though, but shout out to Ocean Lake basketball. We're coming different this year, and those that are watching that are not Ocean Lakes, just don't let us win. That's all I have to say. Don't let us win, because when we do win,
Hey, Ben Nacy. We saw what you said in the comments of that Instagram post.
Y'all play, bro.
And with that, Ocean Lakes destroys Cox twice this season.
Pause.
No pause.
Yeah.
And with that, we conclude this episode of Takes from the Lakes. Peace.
I'm gonna see y'all.